Hello and good day and welcome to this tutorial on how to get started doing YouTube. Now I'm gonna be talking a bit about 3 different recording softwares, how to set up a web camera and how to use Audacity with a couple of the recording softwares that I'm gonna talk about. Followed up lastly but not least, how to edit your videos. Now this is the basic of the basics that you're gonna learn in this video. Now, if you want to get really advanced in editing, I highly suggest you search for, well, something advanced in YouTube and how to get that done. This is a really long video, close to an hour. So if you don't want to watch it all now, or you just want to watch parts of the video, click the annotation that is placed above each section on the screen in front of you now, and you will jump directly there. Now, I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you learned something. I'm gonna say this at the end of the tutorials as well. If you think there is something that can be improved, please comment so in the comment section below. Good luck. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about DxTory. Let's go through the tabs first of all. Now, I'm using default settings. This means that all the settings that I'm fiddling with here will be applied to every single game that I'm playing. So there's no reason to choose between profiles here to, to change between the games that you're playing. Okay, overlay. Video frames, that's the number of times of updating. Yeah, it is the frames that you have when you're playing the games. Recording frames, those are the frames that you have that you're recording with. So that's usually 30 or 60 frames, depending on your settings. Round to integer, that's just to change it to 30, 31, 32. That's the numbers you see instead of 30.1, 30.2, and 30.3. You see it in round numbers. Recording status, well, it will show that you're actually recording. Video length, it shows you the length that you've been recording, so that you can easily see that, okay, I've been recording for 18 minutes now, time to say goodbye and my thanks. File size, well, it shows you the size of the file, duh. And bitrate, well, average bitrate after encoding. Screenshot status, it flashes a little bit when you take a screenshot, does not show in the recording. Bottleneck warning, that usually happens when there's a lot of things happening in game. For example, you go from a loading screen to a cutscene, you'll see a bottleneck warning. Nothing to be worried about though. At least I haven't had any problems with that up until now. Layout, well, I prefer horizontal, and left top 1 means it will go up here and go its way down. Yeah. Now, next we have folders. These are the folders that you are recording to. Now, for testing purposes, I'm gonna add another folder, my video games folder. And you also have the write speed. As you can see, the one with 151 megabyte per second, that's my 3 terabyte hard drive, which everything is saved to. Now, the one with 0, that is my SSD. Okay, my solid state drive. And we will now do a write speed there, just to show you how it works and the difference between an HDD and an SSD. Run. Holy hell, that's a lot. 467 megabyte per second. And it took really quick as well. Now I'm just gonna do it here as well. Not as quick, no. It was down into 129 as well. 140. Okay, down with 1. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this one. Ooh. Because I don't want to record my SSD. Here you have your folder for your screenshots. Just find one and save that. Next up, we have hotkeys. Start and stop movie capture and execute single screenshots. Now, you do not need push to talk in DxTory when you're recording Let's Plays. you can high-speed screenshot. Yeah, just set it to whatever you like here. I'm sticking with these two. Those are the ones who have served me the best so far. Movie. These are your recording settings. Now, if you do not have Lagarif lossless codec here by default, then you have an older version of DxTory. If you do have that, you can find a link in my descriptions below for to download Lagarif lossless codec. Okay, so we're gonna show the configuration here. So these are my settings with Lagarif YUI2 and using multi-threading. Okay, frame rate 60 is there, 30 is there, set it to whatever you like. And that's about it here actually. Next up, the main reason why I'm using DxTory. So what is this main reason why I use DxTory, you say? Well, it is the audio settings. You can have a total of 8 audio streams. 8. I don't know how you're able to use 8 audio streams, but there probably is a way to actually utilize this option right here. Any users, I'm using currently 3 audio streams in total. And the first one is my Yeti microphone. It uses a USB connection. My second one is my headset. This is recording the in-game audio, and it is using a USB connection. The third one are my speakers. They use a jack connection, but I'm using an earbud connected to my speakers, which records Discord, Ventrilo, or TeamSpeak, or whatever software you use to speak with your buddies. So what does this mean? Pretty simple. Here we have a recording of where I was playing with a couple of buddies. So the top one is my microphone, this top here. The second one is in-game audio. And the third one, well, that's my earbud slash speakers. Yeah. So let's just quickly go through that. So let's just find a busy area. Let's go with here. Yeah. No audio. Let's go with this one. Here.
I'm a boy! Those are my rockets! Again!
Okay, so let's just delete those. So we have something here.
I'm a boy!
Okay, so we have me laughing in the top. Okay, so let's remove that.
I'm a boy! Those are my rockets!
Okay, so we have in-game audio and Roxas, who screams, "Rockets, rockets!" So let's remove the middle one. Now let's just listen to him.
I'm a boy! Those are my rockets!
See that? It's really simple. And now you're just in-game audio. And now it's just me. As you can see, I got 100% control over the audio when I'm editing. This is golden when you are recording with several people. And yourself, of course, and yeah, and lots of things are going on. You got 100% control with the audio in editing, which is, it is everything. You can normalize it the way you want. And if that's not, and that's not all. No. So here we have my folder where every DxTory video is saved. So if I now right-click speedrunners here and extract the audio stream, it extracts, well, like I said, the audio out of the video. So let's go into the new render that I have here, and we can now drag these in here. Oh, my...
These are my... What the...
yeah. This way you can also open these files in, for example, Audacity, and you can add some special effects from there and then drag them back into Vegas later. yeah, you got so many possibilities with DxTory and the audio that it is insane. One note though, if you are using a USB headset and its microphone, there might be a slight chance that the microphone doesn't quite work with DxTory. Now, a few years ago, I was using my headset microphone with DxTory, and when I did that, my voice was delayed a lot. It starts out okay in the beginning, but after like 20 minutes of recording, my voice was 3 minutes delayed. Yeah, so keep that in mind if you're using a headset microphone. End users. Back to DxTory. Here's the screenshots. Set that to whatever you like. PNG, TGA, JPEG, and yeah, all that. Advanced. I'm not gonna go fully into detail, but I will talk about delay hook. If your game crashes with DxTory open, you may want to try activating delay hook. Now what this means is that right now I have 5 here. This means that it takes 5 seconds for DxTory to start up after you launch the game. This might get around the crashing. It doesn't always work, but it might. So I'm gonna turn that up because I don't have that problem as of yet. Global, nothing really, just default and information about DxTory and copyright and all that. And I believe that's everything about DxTory that you need to know. Yeah. Shadowplay/share. Okay, so there are 2 versions of NVIDIA GeForce's recording software. One is called Shadowplay, one is called Share. Share is in the beta builds of NVIDIA's software, so keep that in mind, but they are initially quite the same. Okay, so let's do this. In order to edit or change settings in Share, you need to click this icon up here. Instant replay. So instant replay saves an X amount of minutes when you press the hotkey. It varies from 0.5 minutes, 30 seconds, up to 20 minutes. The best way to use instant replay is, for example, when you're playing, you're just playing with buddies, or you're playing Call of Duty, Overwatch, Battlefield, or anything, and something funny or really epic happens. You just click the shortcut /hotkeys and you save that moment, and then you can edit that later. In recent time, I've been using instant replay combined with DxTory. For example, when I'm recording The Witcher, or when I was recording The Witcher, or when I'm recording future games, and I'm not recording between missions, and something happens that I'm not able to record with DxTory, I save that moment with Shadowplay/share, so that I don't lose that moment. So you have quality here. Use custom. In-game resolution or resolution, choose in-game. Now if you choose 1080p, you can only use 50 megabytes per second. Same with 1440p, sorry. In 2160, you can use 130. So just stick with in-game. You can change between 30 and 60 frames per second. That doesn't change the total amount of storage space needed. Now I'm gonna change the bitrate up to 130 from 10 and keep an eye on the storage space required right here as I do so. 3 minutes of footage equals 3 gigabytes of storage required. Now if you use 20 minutes, almost 20 gigabytes. That's a lot, right? Yes, it is. If you are recording games in, for example, Overwatch or Call of Duty, set it to about 12 minutes should do it, I believe. And then once the round is over, just save it that way. So you don't have to continuously record with, for example, Fraps or Shadowplay or DxTory just save it afterwards. That way you don't lose any resources that is supposed to be for the game. Okay, that is instant replay. Recording. Customize. It is basically the same. 130 bits per second. In-game resolution 30 FPS. Use 60 if you want to. Broadcast. Haven't used broadcast before here, but here are the settings. Here you can only go for 1080p as maximum. You can change the settings here, and you can only have 9 bits per second. So you can see here, Ultra is the highest you can get. You can change between Twitch and YouTube. That's all you can change between. Now, let's go here. We are jumping straight down to privacy control. Now, if this is turned on, you will not be able to customize anything here, because GeForce Experience thinks you are constantly recording, and you cannot change these things when you're recording. It's a bug. It's still beta, so keep that in mind. Overlays. Camera. Don't use camera. Use your Webcamera's software when you're recording camera, so that you can edit that in post. Status indicator. It's the green thing that shows in the corner. It'll flash. No, it won't flash. It'll stay green when you're recording, and there will be a green arrow when you're saving the replay. Frames per second counter, you know what that is, and a view counter if you're recording. Now, for the status indicator, sometimes when you start a game, there's going to be a red cross over it. That means it has not been initiated yet. Make sure that you do an instant replay or start recording there and then, so that it vanishes and starts up. Otherwise, you won't be able to save that epic moment when it happens, because it needs to start up. So keep that in mind. If you see an X over it, immediately instant replay save. Okay? Good. And here you have the shortcuts. I'm currently using Shift X for my instant recordings. And keep in mind, if you're using A to Z, or have a Nordic keyboard, you won't be able to use Shift and that button or key to get a capital letter. It'll think that you are trying to record something, but you're not in a game, so it's not supported. Yeah, so keep that in mind. If you're using Shift, you won't be able to get a capital letter out of it. Yeah, and push to talk. Also, if you're using Shadowplay/share for recording, use push to talk and combine this software with Audacity. Okay? Good on you. Now, if you're using instant replay, why is that off? If you're using instant replay, keep the microphone always on, because you're not going to be pushed to talk when that epic thing happens. It's not gonna happen, guys. Always on if you're using instant replay. I think this is the web camera. Can't get it to work for some reason. And here we have microphones. Make sure it is the correct one and not your, well, for me it was the gaming headset for a while. I didn't notice. So I'm setting the microphone. Volume 100%. There's no reason to boost it, I believe. Save that, and we are done with Shadowplay/share. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about O.B.S. Now, first of all, there are only 3 reasons why you should be using O.B.S. over DxTory or Shadowplay. Reason number 1, you are recording your console, like, yeah, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, that way. That is the first reason why you're going to use O.B.S. The second reason is you're going to live stream your console. Third reason, you're live streaming from your PC. You're not going to be using O.B.S. to record game sessions on your PC. Don't do that. I tried doing that once, and I didn't like it. It took way too many resources, and it just doesn't give enough. It takes too much and gives nothing back, in my opinion, when it comes to recording on PC. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about the basics with O.B.S. I'm not gonna talk much about the scenes or how to set it up. No, you will have to check out a different video for that. Not on my channel. Just Google setting up O.B.S. on YouTube, and you should find something. And users, settings. So this is general. You can select your language, and here you can create new profiles. So for this, I'm actually gonna use my PC live stream setting. Keep in mind, O.B.S. is very demanding of your CPU when you're live streaming. So if you got a weak CPU, you won't be able to stream those high-end games unless you put them on extremely low quality. The graphical settings in the video game. So you keep that in mind. Okay, encoding. Max bitrate, that depends entirely on your internet connection. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it should be 10% of your upload speed. I do not remember exactly. Just Google that, max bitrate O.B.S, and you should find a good guide for that. Now, my internet connection is good enough for 3000, but keep in mind, the higher max bitrate you have, the better connection your viewers needs as well to download the stream. So that is what I've read anyways. It might be wrong, don't quote me 100% of that. So I'm keeping that on 2500. And the settings you're about to see here, by the way, are settings that I've taken from the internet myself. These are not my personal settings, these are settings I've taken from guides. So they should be working. Broadcast settings, live stream, that is, well, when you're live streaming, you want mode live stream. If you are recording, put it to file output only, and all of that will vanish, and you can select the path that you want it to save to. You can do that here as well. Okay. You can change between Twitch and a lot of other streaming services like YouTube. And yeah, the other things that I have no idea what is. Also change your FMS URL. The closest one to me is Stockholm in Sweden. That is what gives me the best connection. And I believe there is a site that allows you to check which one is best suited for your location. So just try and check that out on the interwebs. Video. Depending on how good your computer and internet connection is, you want to change this accordingly. Now, if you have a decent machine, you should be able to do it in full 1080p. If not, just set the resolution downscale to 1.5, which is 720p. And monitor, depending on which monitor you're playing on. Now, audio, important. Desktop audio device, that should be your headset. And microphone, that should be, well, your microphone. In my case, that is a Yeti stereo microphone. I also got my Logitech G35 gaming headset, which I'm not using ever. No, I'm using my Yeti. Okay, I think this is normally on 200. Just, I don't see any reason why it should be there. So put it to 0, or, well, it doesn't really matter. Since you're using a push to talk, whenever I hold down a key to do the push to talk, I usually hold it for a few seconds before I talk. So yeah, you can just keep that there, or you can mess around yourself, of course. Hotkeys, push to talk. Now, if you are about to record your console with O.B.S, you need to use push to talk. Now there's a risk for that, because you are never ever gonna record anything with O.B.S without Audacity. Okay? So, when you use push to talk, first of all, start Audacity. and then you set your push-to-talk key. Now, I'm just gonna use P for now. So let's say I'm in a game, and I'm about to start recording. So I hold down P, and I say, mark. Okay? So I find the mark sound wave on the O.B.S. recording in Vegas, and I line it up perfectly. Ooh, sorry about that. I lined it up perfectly with mark in Audacity. That way, audio should always be synchronized with a recorded video. So you can also start and stop stream, and yeah, just set it up the way you want it, and you shouldn't have any problems. Advanced. Now this is where everything comes together. Like I said, you need a decent CPU. Now if you're about to record live stream on your PC, depending on the game, you might use ultra fast or super fast. Very fast is demanding, and the faster your preset, the more input lag you'll have in the game. So for example, if you go for very fast and you're playing Battlefield or Overwatch or Skyrim for that matter, you will either have to turn down the graphical options in that game, or just live with the input lag on your mouse and keyboard. And that is not something you want, no. So start with very fast, you can use it with preview stream, and then work your way up and find a good point where you think that, okay, this is acceptable. So this is something you will have to figure out on your own. Now, with a console, with my CPU, which is an i7 generation 4, I think it's 4790, don't quite remember. When I'm playing on a console, I can use very fast. That way I got a smooth, what's it called, stream all the way. There are no lag, no delay whatsoever. But as soon as I go for faster, I notice that the stream is lagging. There are times when the recording / stream just pauses for a second or two and then continues. My CPU just can't handle the information. And it is also a 4.5 GHz CPU, so it should be able to. End users. So just use the settings you see here, should work perfectly. Quick, yeah, nothing there. If you are using a laptop to live stream, and that laptop is next to your microphone, you will have a lot of noise from the fan. If that's the case, enable noise gate, okay? Please, for the love of your viewers, use noise gate. Otherwise, we will be hearing. Yeah, that's the sound of your fan making. So you want to enable noise gate and reduce the amount of background noises that way. And here we have scene switcher. Well, this can be used to switch scenes, as you can see here. I have pre-stream, PC stream, PS4, and monitor. Monitor is being used in this video actually, when I'm recording the Shadowplay settings. I believe that's it. No, that was not it. Sorry. Okay, so you have recorded now video or live streamed, and you want to edit the live stream footage you have. So what you need now is an FLV extractor. It is free to use, so just go on to Google, search it and download it. So what this does is simple. You open it up. Let's see, live stream. Oh, the folder is empty, so let's just use one of these that I already have. Okay, here we are. I had to find something. Yeah, I got a lot of shit here. Okay, so let's just take the first one. So I drag that in there, and I click start. And yeah, let's just overwrite that. So now I have an MP4 version of this file. So I'm just gonna copy that and search. So you can see two of them. One is FLV and the other one is MP4. The MP4 can be edited. The FLV cannot be edited in Vegas. Now we're done with OBS. Okay, a quick tour with the web camera here. Pretty simple. I'm sorry if some of this is in Norwegian, but it should be easy to identify anyways. Microphone icon here is on. Choose the right microphone that you are using. For me it is still the Yeti. Choose that. Resolution, set that to 720p, that should be enough. 1080p is a little bit of an overkill when you're using just this for a just to have it up in the corner of your recording, so 720p. And zoom in. Yeah. That's all you need to know about the web camera for now. Next up we have Audacity. Now, like I said multiple times, if you're going to record with Shadowplay, like I said multiple times, if you're going to record with Shadowplay or O.B.S, you need to use Audacity alongside with them, so that you can separate your microphone sound with your in-game sound. Okay, good. So all you need to do is set microphone to, well, your microphone, and speakers to whichever speaker you're going to use. Click record here and hold down push to talk and say mark. There you go. So when you're recording, you want to line up mark here with mark in your video recording, and it should be in sync all the time throughout the video. So what you do now, you click file and you export the audio. I'm just gonna do test, and you click save, okay, and it was exported. Now if this had been like a 20-minute audio file, the exportation would take significantly longer. Not more than 10 seconds, I believe. Not more than that. You can also do some effects here, as you can see. So just play along here and you should be fine. Well done. It is time to speak a little bit about Vegas. Well, this is gonna take a while. We're gonna go through the basics here, as I've told you before. First of all, we need to set up the what's it called? The project video properties. You can click it here. You can click Alt Presenter, or you can go to File and Properties there. Simply enough, just click the button there. Now, my property here is looks like this, which I'm calling YouTube 1080p 30. That 30 is 30 frames per second. What you want to choose? I actually don't quite remember which one it is, but I think it is this one. Just go for HD 1080 60i. This one right here. Click it, and then copy everything you see in my in the video right now. Pause it if you want to make sure that you get everything. You may want to make one for 30 FPS and one for 60 FPS. So what you do, as soon as you got everything set up the way you want, save it at 30 frames per second. Then, unfortunately you can't choose 60 or 30 in the drop menu here. So just click here and write 60. And then you save it as 60 FPS. As you can see, I already have one for 60 FPS and one for 30 FPS. It is important that you change the project properties to the right amount of frames depending on your video. If you are going to edit a 60 FPS video on a 30 frame rate properties, that means you're gonna have a little bit of lag in Vegas. So keep that in mind. Okay, apply all of this, and audio. That's supposed to be best. Wow. Huh, can't believe I missed that. I need to change. Wow, I can't believe I missed that. Oh, here it is, best. Okay, good. Ruler. So, I haven't changed anything there. Summary and audio, leave it as it is. Okay, so it has the properties. Grouping, yes. So what you want to do now is we're gonna make a couple of groups, video tracks. So just for now, place in some audio tracks and video tracks. Let's say, yeah, so you can use the hotkeys here, which I'm gonna do, Control Q and Control Shift Q. So Control Q, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 of these, and I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's a simple reason for that. So I'm gonna drag this up to get a little bit of an overview. There we go. Pull you down there. Pull you down there. Yeah, that one more should do it. There we go. Okay, so now I have a lot of tracks, as you can see. Now the one up the top is going to be one group. So you hold Shift when you click them, like that, to mark as many as you want. You right click with your mouse, track group, group selected tracks. Now now they're all grouped and you can hide them easily, and you can also give it a name. This will be my outro, intro. Okay. So next up, I'm gonna do the same with these 3, and I'm gonna group these, group selected, rename it to webcam, and then we collapse those, and these are going to be video. There's a simple reason for this, really. When you're working on your project, you don't always want to see the intro or outro. No, you want to collapse that to free up some space, so you can drag this down as much as possible to get a big preview window. And this way you can also do this so that you turn them all off, so they you don't accidentally click in an area that you want to edit, and suddenly there's your outro right above it, and you don't like, I don't want to move it all around. So you simply just turn off that group. Webcam, I gave that 2 video tracks, simply because one of them is going to be the web camera and the other one is the border. And the bottom one, well, that's the voice. And video is simple. You have the video up there, I have my voice down there, and at the bottom is the in-game audio. Now from time to time I also have a third one, which is Discord or Skype with the people I'm playing with. So now that we have done the groupings, you want to go up here on best full. If that's not set to best and full, you should do that. This is the quality of the preview window. Let's just pick one and show you quickly. I have a lot of windows open here. Let's see, let's just pick one that with a lot of detail. I think there should be one here. Okay, let's take this one. Yeah, that one. We're gonna come back to this one after later. Usually it's just preview and full. So if I go down to best and full, good, full. Wow, you can't actually see that much here. Huh. Actually, there's no much difference. I did not expect this. Actually, the best full looks the worst. But we'll come back to that later. It's because of something called resample. Once again, coming back to that later. Now, we will set up a rendering template. You can click... oh, I can't render in this window. Nope, we need to change to this one. So this is my... You're supposed to be a little bit shorter, actually. There we go. So this is my what's it called? The template I start with every time I start a new project. So this is what it looks like. This is my outro right here, my tiny little intro, my icon, my web camera. I have 4 different borders, as you can see, one for each corner, so I don't have to move them around. And here you have my in-game footage. Yeah. So this is what it looks like for me. Now, rendering, yes. You can click the render button right there, or you can go to File and click a render right there. I'm just gonna click this. Now, this is what you are gonna expect the first time you open the render options. It is a lot to take in, and it is really difficult to figure out what exactly you want to go for, which is why I Googled when I did this. And I came up with something that suits me. What you want to do is go to main concept AVC/AAC. You drop that down, and you go down to Internet HD 1080p. You click Customize Template. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to open the one I've edited so that you can copy that. So this is what it looks like for me. This is what I'm using. You might change it up as you see fit. There are always something that suits someone else better than what someone else is using. Now, once again, as I showed you with the properties, make one for 30 frames and one for 60 frames. So what you do is just click here and write 60 and change this to 60 as well, and click save, and you should be good to go. Just pause if you're not able to copy everything. And I am now going to click Audio, System, and Project. Okay, you got that? Good. Now, what you want to do is, well, really simple. You want to take those that you saved and mark them up with a star and show favorites only. There we go. Now you will only see those that you are working with and the ones that you want. I'm just gonna click cancel here. Now, if, let's say you're at school, you're working, you're gone, you're out walking your dogs like I do every day, you want to spend this time rendering as many projects as possible, but you don't know how. Well, there is a simple solution to that as well. You click Tools, you go down to Scripting, you click Batch Render. I'm sorry, let's skip that for a moment. I need to do this properly. First of all, let's just create some empty events here. Okay, let's just do it like this. Okay, force to do it, I'm gonna hide that. So, mark up your project like this. Press R and just name it whatever you want. You don't have to name it. It is perfectly optional. It's like this. Just no. Mark it up. Press R and enter. Mark up. Press R and enter. You know what? Let's just do it with that as well. Okay, so I have 4 projects here that I want to render. While I'm gone, I'm sleeping, or at work, or out jogging, whatever you are doing on your free time. You want to spend that rendering. Okay, so you have everything marked up. You go to Tools, you go to Scripting and Batch Render, like I just told you. Now this window pops up. Now what? Now what do I do? It is really simple. Now I'm gonna do this backwards. Okay, click Render Regions. Now you want to choose main concept AVC AAC. You want to click on the plus. Do not, whatever you do not click the box right there, okay, like I just did. This happens. You mark everything inside that category. So what this means, you're gonna render all 4 projects in every single option that you just marked. And you don't want that, no. So just remove that. Scroll down till you find the ones that you made. Mark that off as well. There we go. It's marked. That is the one that's gonna render every single file. Also remove that. Yeah. Make sure that make sure you only mark one, and then click browse. You find the folder that you want to save everything in. For this sake, I'm gonna choose a folder that's already containing something to show you what is gonna be named. So click, find the folder, Turing. This is These 4 videos here, I've already rendered using the batch render option. Let's see. Let's view them as a list. So this is the name. This is the name that the project is called. Okay. This is the name that is gonna be added to the project. This is the rendering settings I used. Okay, just keep that in mind. This is the name that everything is gonna be given. So what you want to do is actually each region here, you want to give them a name that you want to name your video, and then change it afterwards. Once you've done all this, click save. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Click save and click OK. That should render everything. And that's that for rendering, yes. Now that we've gone through project properties, grouping of tracks, rendering, batch rendering, you may want to save your project, right? So you click the Save AS button, and you name it, like for example, like I've done here, Neo Render 30 FPS and one for 60 FPS. And once you've done that, you right click on your Vegas down here, right? And let's just say that, yeah, Neo Render, where is it? There it is. Okay, so what I do now, I pin it to the list, and there it is. Now I don't have Vegas down here. Usually when everything is closed, it's gone. So what I do, I have it right here, then in my start menu. So what I do, I just right click and go to New Render 30 FPS, and there it is, ready to be opened. Okay then, now let's talk a little bit about editing. Now, once again, only the basics. Now, the footage in front of us now is captured with Shadowplay. And Shadowplay, it is not that great. It is, if you have, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail. Every time you put a new video in your project, you want, the very first thing you want to do is right click it, go to switches, and disable resample. Now keep an eye on the footage right in front of you, of the cars, okay? Do you see that? Now resample is on, off, on, off. Now the simplest way I can describe resampling is this: motion blur. I believe that every frame has an overlay. They overlay each other for about half a second. No, not that much even. Not that much. They overlay each other, so they create this kind of a motion blur to hide. I don't know. Sketchy edges, like a V-sync kind of thing. But anyways, what you want to do, always disable resample. That is key. If you don't disable resample, it's gonna show in the complete product. Trust me. Always disable resample. The first thing you do and the last thing you do before you start rendering your video. Good. Keep that in mind. Always turn off resample. Now, while we're still on this one, Shadowplay, you might remember I told you to use Audacity along with it. Well, here's why. The bottom one here, this is Audacity. This one I use to record my voice. The one above, that is still Shadowplay, and that recorded in-game audio as well as Discord, which I use to speak with people. So, now what? How do I line these guys up? It is simple. Let's scroll in here. Let's just do this. Yeah, scroll in. Let's listen to this. Well, boo-hoo. You shouldn't have got them after you in the first place. Okay. And now we look for something similar, like this one. Well, boo-hoo. You shouldn't have gotten them after you in the first place. As you can see, is well boo-hoo. Also, let's listen to the quality here. Let's just do that and copy those a little bit. Keep it. Listen to the quality of the audio. Well. It's not that much of a difference, no. The difference is shown when you listen to people talking. The biggest difference when it comes to voice capturing with Shadowplay happens when you instant replay. When you save those minutes using instant replay, that's usually when the voice gets a little bit distorted. I'll try and find some kind of what's it called, the video of that happening. I don't think I have it. If I do, I'll put it in somewhere. Anyways, now what you do now, you line these guys up, these tracks you find somewhere that looks somewhat similar, like here. That looks okay. Yeah. So what you can do now, you can listen to it. Well, boo-hoo. You shouldn't have got them after you in the first place. That is pretty darn spot on, if you tell me. So what you do now, what I usually do, I just Control 8 to select everything. And if you now press S on your keyboard, as you can see, you splice them up. You cut them. Which is a great way to, well, cut video tracks up. And you can do this. Anyways, the audio will never go out of synchronization with Audacity combined with Shadowplay like this. So keep that in mind. So, still working with this piece here. I want to, let's say I want to move this around. But wait, what? No, I can't move this one. Let's do it like that. No. Okay. I know I can do this. I can just select everything, but that's so just time consuming. What you want to do, guys? What you want to do? Now, bear with me. Mark everything here, like this. Mark them all. Right click, group, create new. Okay. Now you can move them around like this just by clicking anywhere you want. These bad boys are grouped. As you can see, you can cut them all up and they're still grouped. Now, if you don't want to have them grouped, you can just do it again. Like this, group and remove. You can also press U and there we go. And that ungroups everything. Everything you, of course, have marked up. So I don't want this here. No, bye-bye. There we go. Now let's divert a little bit away from this. Let's just turn those off. So let's see. I use spacebar now. Okay, I started with spacebar and I pause with spacebar. I start with spacebar. I pause with spacebar. Now this is the setting I prefer. Okay, usually, well, every time. It's different. It's a bit different. So go to preferences, go options, preferences, and in the general tab here, scroll down, make spacebar and F12 play pause instead of play stop. Now I usually have this marked, so let's try it without. So what happens now? I press space, and I press space again. It jumps back to the point where you started. Now, depending on what kind of editing you're doing and preferences, you may want to play around with this. I myself, I prefer to have it as a play pause instead of play stop. Okay, so now we are going to do a little bit work with the webcamera. Now this is a project with my Wolfenstein playthrough. As you can see, I'm done with it, but for the sake of this tutorial, I have to show you. Okay, so ignore everything here besides this one. Now, let us set up the web camera. The very first thing you want to do is right click as you go here. Okay. Now, right click, go to Event Pan Crop. You can also click the icon right there, but I prefer to right click and go there. There I am, the guy that is speaking at the moment. Now, what you want to do is try and set it up the way you want it. Okay, so you just drag it like this, and you place it wherever you want to have your web camera. Now, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use my preset. As you can see, you can use the width and height, center, X and Y. So you can copy these if you like. And I'm also gonna show you the ones for the other corners. So just pause if you like, and set it up as you go. So I'm gonna show you the other ones as well. Okay, that was all of them. So I'm just gonna get it back up there again. Yeah. Okay, so let's say you don't want to edit anything else here. I'm gonna just put it there for a moment. Yeah, I want to show you the border. So say, okay, that's a good spot. It's a little bit big for my taste right now on the web camera, but I'll stick with it. Okay, so you want a border, you say. Cool. Well, that is simple. You just click. You need to click the button here. No, that is not what you want to do. If you click the button down here and then go to border like this, it is not gonna work. You'll see now. It places the border around the project and not around the file. So what do you need to do? You simply right click, go to Media, FX. Now you click the Sony border, and there we have it. A perfect border. Yeah, that's good. 0.031. That's a good thickness. Okay, but we're not done yet. No. This is not perfect. This is not perfect at all. I do not like that. It's just it takes too much space. So what do we do now? Well, we right click, and once again we go to Media FX. Do not click the button on the file itself that I showed you. Now, sorry, I'm burping here. Click Sony Cookie Cutter. And okay. Now, I'm gonna go down and use my web camera. You can copy these settings right here. And you can also add a border with the cookie cutter as well. Now, if you do add a border... shit. Let's see. Let's add that and the border as well. Yeah. Cookie cutter. There you go. And a border just for the sake of it. Now, if I use the border from the border effect, this is gonna happen. Yeah, that doesn't work. That is why you want to use the border from the cookie cutter as well. So just copy these and play around with it till you find something that you like. Cool? Yeah. Okay, so now that the web camera has been set up the way you want it, it is time to start synchronizing it with your voice from the recording. So what you do now is simple. You take the voice track, you drag it up, place it right below the what's it called, the web camera. Also, let's see, how long is this? This is 19 minutes. So you can split this in two. Do not have them longer than 10 minutes, okay? No longer than 10 minutes. 9 is fine, 10 is fine, no more than 10. If you take it more than 10 minutes, there's a chance, well, there's not a chance, it will get out of sync eventually. So what you do now, you click the center of the footage. You can see that by the blue bar there, right in the center. You scroll in and you line it up. There we go. And there we go. That's pretty darn accurate, I'd say. So it is perfectly accurate in the middle there. But if I now jump to the beginning, it's a little bit out of sync, as you can see, but not much. It's less than a millisecond, so there's no one's gonna notice that. As you can see, it's so little, no one's gonna notice it. Now, if you had tried to synchronize it at the beginning here, it might have been about half a second to a second out of synchronization at the very end. And you do the same here. Yeah, you get the gist of it. And we're done. That's it for the web camera. You also, of course, want to turn off resample for the web camera. Okay, cool. Because otherwise there will be a hint of motion blur there as well. Now that we're done with the web camera, let's say this screen here, it's not enough. I got multiple monitors. I want a bigger preview screen than this. What you do then is it is quite simple. You click this button right here, video preview on external monitor. Now on my screen, the second monitor is completely black. Well, now this is shown on my secondary monitor. This really helps when you're editing and you need to look for details. You want to be precise. That is what you want to do. You can right click it and you can go to preview, device, preferences to set up your preferences. Yes. Now for audio normalization. The most important editing you can do in a video. Here we have a few minutes of speedrunners. Oh, as you can see, I have 3 audio outputs. How did I do that? Well, I explained that to you in the DxTory part of this tutorial. But for the sake of the tutorial's sake, let's just try it out. So the top one is me. Oh, I don't know. As you can see, oh no, it's me. The bottom one, well, that's the in-game. Cool, right? And the bottom one, this is a jump back.
No, here you go, Jansen. Oh no.
No, wow. Here you go, Jansen. Oh no. Now let's listen to all of that at the same time. Me,
No,
if you can.
Here you go, Jansen. Oh no.
Oh, wow, what is this magic? Well done. So let's say I want to cut something out. I want to cut this thing out here. Yeah. Before we do that, if you hold Shift and press V, you get this blue bar that has been popping up the last few seconds. This controls the audio.
Oh, here you go, Jansen. Oh no.
Okay, that was a bad example. Let's do it here instead.
What?
Catch me if
No,
you
here
can.
you go, Jansen. Oh no.
As you can see, it controls the audio, which is really neat. It is something you really need to learn to use, this blue bar. Like I said, it is Shift and V. You need also to mark the tracks that you want to add it to, and you can press Ctrl A to mark all the tracks, and then press Ctrl V, and all audio tracks will receive the blue bar. So, I want to cut this one out, okay? So what I do now, I simply mark it up like that, and I drag the blue bar down. That creates 4 anchor points.
No, here you go, Jansen.
Cool. But let's add some cool effects to the one in the middle here. So what I can do, I can hold Shift, and if I now hold down left click on the mouse, I can draw a nice sign.
Here you go, Jansen. Oh no.
You can make some cool effects with that. Yeah, cool. But let's just turn that down for video's sake. Also, let's reset that. You can right-click the blue line and reset all. So, as you can hear, they were really low in the audio. So what we want to do is drag that up. And we want to drag this one up. Let's just pretend this one is at the middle.
Here you go, Jansen. Oh no.
So, as you can see, I've been trying to tell you this whole time, the blue bar is excellent for audio normalization and to cut out unwanted parts. For example, where you sneeze, where your mom comes in, dinner, or your dog start humping your leg, or your wife/girlfriend yells at you out of the blue, or boyfriend yells at you out of the blue for no apparent reason. You want, like, you're ruining my recording. And then you just, well, you block that out. Like that. Also, I have so much shit here. Or, yeah. This is where I was going to show you that. The blue thingy majigger. Let's see, is it? Yes, over here. Okay, so the one that is marked now, you guys can see the volume is at the top. The blue bar is at max as well. Everything in here was captured using Shadowplay instant replay. So I saved everything that I found funny, and some things that were not as funny. But sometimes the guy I was speaking to, he was extremely low because he had to whisper. Okay, so let's listen to this. First of all, let's drag this down there and reset this.
Killer cunt. Make me sandwiches. So what's up?
As you can hear, it is extremely low. That is why I have to do it like this. Now, I'm sorry about the word in there. It just happened.
Oh gosh. Killer cunt. Make me sandwiches.
As you can hear, this is really useful. You get the combined volume of this slider and the blue bar here, which helps a lot in recording or in editing. Now, let's reset this. Take this down to 0. If you click touch, if you activate touch, the volume slider on the track here is controlled by the blue bar here. So now, as you can see, I'm gonna take this one up to here. It is 5.8. There it is minus 5.7. So yeah, there we have that. You can use that as you like as well, but I prefer to combine them like this. Well, of course, it depends on what you're editing, of course. I believe that's everything. I've probably forgotten something, but I cannot remember what it could have been. No. So, I hope you've found something useful in this tutorial. If you have any thoughts, any ideas on what can be improved, or something I could have added, or yeah, just write in the comment below what you think about it, and I'll try to improve on it in the future. So yeah, good luck with your YouTubing. I'll see you around, I hope. Bye bye.